We gather today with each other and with our friends and colleagues across the nation to remember and to dedicate. We remember loved ones taken from us by murder. We remember those whose lives have been shattered by the brutality and crushed by abuse. We remember the victims of domestic violence and each child whose innocence has been stolen by a predator.
Somehow, some way, we need to not only survive, but strengthen our lives to be the voices for those whose lives and voices who have been so brutally silenced.
It is important that we remember that through our grief and through our despair and through our anger and confusion, that your loved ones' lives can have meaning. They can lead to something greater even than themselves through your efforts, through your sacrifices, and finally through your voice.
And to Dr. Henry Nicholas, who you all know, not only out of compassion for his beloved sister Marsy, but out of compassion for all victims, has time and again stood up to lead the cause in the fight for justice.
In 1983, my sister, Marsy Nicholas, was lured to the house of her ex-boyfriend, Kerry Connolly, and then shot in the face at point-blank range with a shotgun. Shortly after Connolly's arrest and detention for murder, my mother was buying a loaf of bread in a grocery store when she turned around to see my sister's murderer glaring at her from just a few feet away. She had no idea that he had been released on bail and was now free to harass her, me, and many important witnesses that would be key to convicting him at trial. Law firms typically pride themselves on their pro bono work, and typically that pro bono work is to represent criminals for free. Now, for the first time, we're going to have law firms representing victims. Finally, we must take this movement to the next level and ensure that every American citizen is protected. That means enacting a federal constitutional amendment, the 28th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which will protect victims' rights everywhere across our